Imagine a chess opening so provocative it dares the opponent's pawn to capture at the very first move. Welcome to the Scandinavian Defence. This audacious strategy has its roots traced back to the 19th century, with its first recorded use in a Parisian tournament in 1843. The name Scandinavian Defence is derived from the Nordic chess players who championed this opening in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This defense strategy, characterized by the moves 1, e4 d5, diverges from traditional opening norms by immediately challenging the center pawn. Instead of slowly building up their position, players utilizing the Scandinavian defense willingly thrust into the heart of the opponent's territory from the outset. This bold approach has been both lauded for its directness and criticized for its apparent recklessness. From its humble beginnings, the Scandinavian defense has emerged as a powerful tool in the arsenal of many chess players. The Scandinavian defense breaks conventional opening principles. But why? This question brings us to the heart of the matter. Let's delve into the key principles behind this audacious chess opening. Firstly, the Scandinavian defense is characterized by the provocative pawn move 1, d5. This bold move is a direct challenge to White's initial control of the center with 1, e4. Instead of passively developing their pieces, Black immediately strikes at White's center, aiming to exchange in the middle and open up the game. Secondly, the Scandinavian defense often leads to an early queen deployment. While traditional wisdom discourages such a move due to the queen's vulnerability, Scandinavian players embrace this as part of their strategy. After 2x d5, Black recaptures with 2, qx d5, bringing the queen into the game much earlier than usual. This offers Black flexibility and opportunities for early offensive maneuvers. Lastly, the Scandinavian defense is an attempt to disrupt White's control over the center from the get-go. The early pawn move and queen deployment are designed to unsettle White's conventional opening strategy and force them into a defensive stance. This disruption can lead to White making suboptimal moves, giving Black the opportunity to seize the initiative. However, it's important to note that the Scandinavian defense is not a silver bullet. It's a dynamic opening strategy that requires a deep understanding of its underlying principles, good tactical awareness, and precise execution. It is not for the faint-hearted, but for those who are willing to take on the challenge and embrace its provocative nature. Moreover, the Scandinavian defense is not just about breaking rules. It's about understanding when and why to break them. It's about taking calculated risks and disrupting opponents' plans. It's about creating a unique, unbalanced position early in the game and navigating it with precision and creativity. The Scandinavian defense, in essence, is a daring strategy that challenges traditional chess opening norms. This opening can offer exciting, unconventional gameplay for those who are ready to step outside the comfort zone of traditional chess principles. It's a strategy that's packed with surprise and dynamism, providing a fresh and thrilling perspective to the game of chess. The Scandinavian defense isn't just provocative, it's powerful. Let's delve into why. This opening strategy, which kicks off with the bold 1, d5, offers a slew of strategic advantages that can tip the game in your favor, no matter who you're up against. Firstly, it's all about rapid development. The Scandinavian defense sets the stage for a quick deployment of your pieces. Your queen's pawn move to d5 isn't just a dare, it's a declaration of intent. You're saying, I'm here to play and I'm not wasting any time. This move allows you to swiftly develop your knight and bishop, setting the groundwork for an aggressive, proactive game. Secondly, the Scandinavian defense is a master of disruption. It's like the chess equivalent of a wrench in the works. Your opponent is expecting you to play it safe, to follow the well-trodden paths of the Sicilian or the French. But instead, you're throwing down the gauntlet, challenging the conventional opening strategies. This can throw your opponent off balance, making them second-guess their plans and forcing them into a reactive stance. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of the Scandinavian defense is its potential for counterattacks. This opening doesn't just defend, it retaliates. With your pieces poised and ready, you can quickly turn the tables on your opponent, transforming a seemingly passive position into a dynamic counteroffensive. The Scandinavian defense is an opening that keeps your opponent on their toes, always guessing, always wary. And that's where the psychological warfare comes in. Chess is as much a battle of the mind as it is a game of strategy. With the Scandinavian defense, you're not just making moves on the board, you're making moves in your opponent's head. You're setting the pace, controlling the narrative, and dictifying the flow of the game. With the Scandinavian defense, you're not just playing chess, you're playing psychological warfare. Top grandmasters have wielded the Scandinavian defense with great success. Let's learn from their games. When we think of grandmasters and the Scandinavian defense, one name stands out prominently: Bent Larsen. The Danish grandmaster was known for his aggressive and unconventional style, often employing the Scandinavian defense to great effect. In his match against Boris Spassky in 1966, Larsen masterfully used the Scandinavian to disrupt Spassky's rhythm and seize control of the game. His strategic pawn moves and tactical brilliance are a testament to the power of this opening. Another grandmaster who frequently utilized the Scandinavian defense was the Russian chess legend Sergei Tivyakov. His games offer a wealth of knowledge on the tactical patterns and positional nuances of the Scandinavian. One of his most celebrated games, against Vladimir Kramnik in 1994, showcases his ability to maintain dynamic counterplay and apply pressure on his opponent, despite playing with the seemingly passive Scandinavian defense. But it's not just historical figures who have leveraged the Scandinavian defense. Modern grandmasters like American-born Wesley So and the French chess prodigy Maxime Vachier-Lagrave have incorporated this opening into their game with fantastic results. So's game against the world champion Magnus Carlsen at the 1922 Norway chess tournament was a prime example of the disruptive potential of the Scandinavian defense. Similarly, Vachier-Lagrave's match against Levon Aronian at the 2017 FIDE World Cup demonstrated how the Scandinavian can unsettle even the most experienced players. These grandmasters' games provide invaluable insights into the strategic decisions and tactics associated with the Scandinavian defense. Their success with this opening underscores its potential to create dynamic, engaging games that can challenge even the most seasoned players. As these games show, the Scandinavian defense can tip the scales in your favor, even against the most formidable opponents. Successfully navigating the Scandinavian defense requires understanding its potential pitfalls and opportunities. Let's delve into some common tactical patterns, traps, and mistakes to avoid when playing this opening, along with practical tips for implementing it into your own game. When it comes to tactical patterns, the Scandinavian defense is rich with opportunities. A popular motif is the queen's early development to d5, followed by her retreat to a safe square like d8 or d6 after the initial skirmish. This allows Black to initiate a quick counterattack and disrupt White's plan. Another common pattern involves the knight leap to f6, putting pressure on the White's pawn on e4 and setting up for future development. Despite the many advantages offered by the Scandinavian defense, it's essential to be aware of potential traps. For instance, a hasty advance of the Black queen can leave her vulnerable to White's minor piece attacks. Similarly, neglecting to properly develop your pieces can lead to an inferior position. Now, let's consider some common mistakes. One of the most frequent errors is underestimating the importance of pawn structure in the Scandinavian defense. Developing a solid pawn structure can provide a robust shield for your king and open up lanes for your pieces. Another mistake is failing to seize the initiative when it presents itself. The Scandinavian defense is a dynamic opening that thrives on active play, so don't hesitate to seize the moment when the opportunity arises. As for practical tips, remember to keep your queen safe after the initial pawn exchange. Consider the pawn structure and how it can influence your piece's mobility. Be patient and wait for the right moment to launch your counterattack. And most importantly, always keep an eye on your opponent's plans and be ready to disrupt them with your active pieces. In conclusion, the Scandinavian defense is a potent weapon in the right hands. It offers a wealth of tactical possibilities and a unique approach to the opening phase of the game. With these insights, you're now equipped to wield the Scandinavian defense in your own games. The Scandinavian defense, with its rich history and dynamic play, continues to captivate chess players around the world. We've delved into its origins, dissected its core concepts, and analyzed its strategic uses through the lenses of grandmasters. We've navigated its tactical patterns and traps and understood its potential for dynamic counterplay. As we stand at the crossroads of tradition and innovation, the future of the Scandinavian defense seems promising. The game of chess, like any other, evolves with time, and the Scandinavian defense is no exception. Its tactical nuances and disruptive potential continue to inspire new strategies and counter-strategies, keeping it relevant in the ever-changing landscape of chess. The Scandinavian defense, with its ability to unsettle opponents and offer unexpected counterattacks, will continue to be a formidable tool in the arsenal of chess players. As we continue to explore and understand the depths of the Scandinavian defense, who knows what possibilities we might unearth in the future of chess?